well, some fairly ridiculous trailers and, well, one really good one. But welcome back, everybody. Welcome, Rory Sherrard, Eddie Failson, Cody D, of course, James R. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a fairly busy weekend because, we're always making pod around here, folks. So it was a big pod weekend. But speaking of pod, I'm going to bring in my fellow Maximals here. We have Steven Sadak.
Yes. Now, hi. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing? You still got Transformers fever?
I don't. I'm thrilled.
It passed in the
yeah,
night.
exactly. It was. I got the dose of Transformers that I got, and it cured that fever.
Oh, good. That's what you want, man. That's what you want. Like that Shining shirt.
Yeah, dude. It's a book Shining shirt. The guy here, I don't know if you could tell, he kind of looks like a cross between Tim Daly and Charles Grodin a little bit. Like
Ooh,
it's not.
Yeah, I see that. From
yeah.
from afar, it kind of looks like a little bit of Anthony Perkins thrown in there too.
Yeah, just a touch. Oops, that's the wrong way.
Don't turn the camera too far, Steve. Then they'll see the dead bodies.
It'd be great if I turned the camera and there's like 3 lighting techs. Like it's like just a whole studio full of people.
It's like when they expanded Buffy to 16:9 for those DVDs.
Exactly.
Speaking of 16:9, you know him, you love him, Mr. Eric Siska.
Wouldn't that be great, Steve? You get the boom mic, Boomy the boom mic comes down.
I wish I had Boomy the boom mic.
Oh, hey! I'm on screen live, Steve.
Let's see, can I do it?
Exactly, that's what it'll look like.
Yeah, if it's a really incompetent production, it should hit you in the head.
I mean, after last week, I think people want to hit me in the head, so let's do it.
Yeah, so no tools dropped on your mouth this week, dude?
No, thankfully not. No.
That's good. And here we go. Keeping it up, the bookworm himself, Mr. Chris Cabin.
And the director didn't seem to think that that's what you would expect from a banana pudding. But Jodorowsky did have to go back on his word to make a sequel to The Holy Mountain, which he was going to call Erection Man.
Oh, come on.
That was going to be about battling a war between penises.
Hey, Erection Man, we're on the air, dude.
Mounted on the... What?
Erection Man, is that written by Philip Roth?
Yeah, well, yes. It's an adaptation of a Philip Roth.
I love Direction Man. I picked it up at the airport just to thumb through on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tome. It's a real tome, I'll tell you.
If it's one thing you want to thumb through, it's Erection Man, dude.
Of course.
Hey, anybody watch the Tonys last night?
No.
I went down to the pizzeria and I saw some Tonys already.
No, only because one, it was broadcast from the United Palace Theater, so up in Upper Manhattan, where I live, so that was kind of cool. Lin-Manuel Miranda didn't perform a song. That was great.
That's even better, yeah.
But I gotta tell you, there is this musical called Shucked, and I think it's a fake 30 Rock musical, and nobody's telling anyone. This thing, dude, they were out there, they're singing about corn, dude, and I was like, this is fake. Am I getting punked right now? This has to be fucking fake.
Do they have a battle between corn shuckers and like oyster shuckers? Is there a war or any conflict?
I think it's just we're in a corn town and it's people living, laughing, and lying in a corn town.
And
dude.
Jonathan Davis wrote the music for this.
Well, what kind of mildly liked 90s movie is it based off of?
That's the
Broadway,
thing.
right? That's how that works.
I was stunned that they strayed from the path with that as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. There was just some fucking dog shit last night, like that. And you know what? Wendell Pierce didn't win for Death of a Salesman. And you know what, folks? Fucking close it all down. Close down the whole fucking thing.
Did Chastain win for actress?
Didn't Jodie Comer win?
No, that's a
Jodie Comer won. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm
like, that's the one I saw. That should have won. I saw that one. That should have won. I saw it.
Okay, look at this. See, Sucked chimes in here. Sucked said Shucked does look fake. Thank you, Sucked.
Good name. I like that.
It could be about like the town, the actual town, and how the working town in Footloose is going about their day.
Oh, that
if you don't look at the kids, if you the people who actually have to fucking work for a living, you might be about Shucked. That might be what Shucked's based on.
There's that, and there's some musical that won Best Musical about like a lady that's got Jack syndrome. So,
okay. The
Coppola movie.
I thought Jack syndrome. She always just talks like this. Why are you putting your hand on your head? Because I'm doing an impression for some reason.
Yeah, she's just in middle school, and she's like, I'm going to be sounding and looking like this for the rest of my life.
Oh my god, I did see a shot of that because I did flip through
Sure.
the channels there. I didn't watch it, but I saw a clip of the woman being a old lady acting like a little baby. I thought it was SNL for a second.
Dude, it doesn't not look like SNL, and that was kind of a big problem. Anyway, that was my fucking rant about the Tonys. But we have the Tonys on every year in this house, man. We're a big theater and Broadway household here, so we're watching the Tonys. But the Tonys had nothing to do with the movie box office this weekend. And to figure out what went where, let's take a look at highest gross. I got a big shakeup here. News in from Dallas.
Oh, wait.
Fast X has left the top 5.
That's crazy.
Dude. Here's Bookerman in week 2.
But this is what happens when you throw it to VOD almost immediately like this.
It was out for 2 weeks or something. Then you throw it on VOD.
I mean, I think the new rule is once the wheel wobbles just a little bit, they're throwing it on
immediately
on VOD. Like the second it's like, oh, this isn't going to be top 2, top 3. Fuck it. I don't want to see it.
I think it's even getting worse than that, Steve. Because did everybody read what happened right before this? They already have the announced date for when Across the Spider-Verse is going to go on VOD. And it's going to be like in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I mean, but even that's at least a month plus, but that's kind of nuts. I mean,
that's
especially for a huge movie.
A Sony temple. What's what's supposedly going to be Sony's biggest movie of the year, you would think.
I mean, it's got to be.
And then you're like, nah, after like 4 weeks, get it the fuck out of here. 4 or 5 weeks, get the fuck out of here.
Look at it this way, dude. Most, if not all box offices or all blockbusters make most of their money in the first week, and then it's diminishing returns. Honestly, a 4-week window, like a full month, that's a fucking miracle in most cases.
I think for most normal movies, that's true. I think for Spider-Man, that's insane.
And especially if it's a Spider-Man kids movie too. To be quite honest, like kids will go back, animation, etc. By the way, I am rubbing my hands, just waiting for this Boogans man to show up in my VOD.
That's
box.
right.
That's right. It's Stephen King. It's like PG-13. You know it's dog shit. And I'm like, yeah.
You don't want to support it at the theater, huh?
No.
I mean, at this point, dude, we're looking at 25 million domestic and 40 worldwide. So, like, we might even get a Boogansman too at this point.
I'm excited about that.
The Boogeyman is going to come out very soon. You might even get it by the end of next year.
Oh yeah, and then they do a third one, and the E for Boogeyman at the end is a 3.
All the young Boogeymen.
I think at the end of it, it should be the Boogeyman's going in for a job interview, and it just so happens that it's the Bye-Bye Man who's like, yeah, we've got a little something we'd like you to join. And it's like an army of boogeymen.
Ooh.
I would love that.
The Babadook is there. Whatever else is going on. The Insidious piano playing dude is hanging out.
That person is definitely there. Mama from Barbarian is hanging out.
Yeah, you
and
should
Ma
have...
from Ma.
Yeah, she's the manager.
Absolutely.
She's like the office manager.
That's a star. That's your star. She anchors the whole thing right there.
I like what we're doing here.
That's the new Dark Universe. That should be what they do.
Exactly.
If you get some
Actually,
Javier Bardem as the Bye-Bye Man.
A pretty good idea for a new Dark Universe of not going towards Universal horror movies and doing modern shit like like Pennywise and whatever else. It the Clown, also known as.
AKA It the Clown.
It the Clown. Yeah.
The only thing I'll say is just one last thing to harp on the Spider-Man going to VOD in 4 weeks. Steve, you said that like kids come back to stuff. They come back to stuff on video. They're not coming back in the theaters because there's no room because other stuff is pumping through the movie poop shoot here. Speaking of poop shoots, week 6 at number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
You know what?
Still hanging in here, man.
That shit ain't available on VOD yet. That's fucking part of the cocksucking reason.
Week 6, yeah. I mean, like literally, like this is exactly the reason. Like kids are coming. Everybody's coming back for this shit.
Another 7 mil for this guy, and this is. I mean, we're talking. Let's see. 335 million domestic and 806 million global. Take that, Quantum Mania, you fucking sack of shit.
Made by the same company.
I just got no love for that Quantum Mania, dude.
No,
I love that this movie that I thought was like fine is really just kicking its ass. It's so funny. Yeah.
No, that's. Is this going to be the biggest Marvel movie of the year, or do we think what else is coming out?
I mean, what is the Marvels
the Marvels is the next one? Yeah, so that's probably not going to do it.
I think. And I think that's it.
That might be it. They might be slowing down a little bit.
We got some TV stuff. You got
a lot of TV stuff.
You got that Secret War that they really desperately want you to care about.
And I mean, I know it's Sony, but Spider-Man's still Marvel. So,
well, I mean, yeah, we're talking like these MCU things. Though.
I know.
Does Disney? I forget. Does Disney even get any money off of those?
I
know that Marvel Studios
a partnership.
Yeah, but no, Marvel's is the last one this year, and then the next one, wow, it's a long time off, is Captain America: New World Order.
Oh, which everybody's very excited about.
No, didn't they just change that, by the way? It's not called New World Order anymore. It's called something else with world in the title.
Because that would be too much conspiratorial thing. Like, it's Captain America: New World Order. He's a globalist, and he's trying to make a chili shortage across the country.
Pretty much, that's what I think it is.
I have the title. It's Who in the World Would Buy a Ticket to Watch Anthony Mackie? That's what it is.
Oh, man. Wow.
Accurate.
You know what?
Accurate.
Honestly, no, Steve, listen, there's going to be millions of people lining up, and they're going to be very upset to hear you say that.
It's true. It's very sad.
They're going to be rallying.
People, I mean, these movies are never going to end. This is going to be life for the rest of time.
See, Mia chimes in here and says it's called Brave New World.
Got it.
Christ. So there's that. Did I mention, by the way, the grosses for I did. All right. Got to make sure that I'm getting the numbers in for the audio at home, folks.
It's true.
All right, so then here we go at number 3, The Little Mermaid. This is just it's speaking of waiting for streaming. But here we go, week 3, another 22.7 mil. 414 mil global and 229 mil domestic, which they're chiding as a failure.
Not waiting for streaming, dude. Godot shows up to my house with a bag of chips, like, yo, dude, you want to watch The Little Mermaid? I'm like, I've been waiting you for a long time. No.
I've seen it. I've been trying to see movies that I could talk with my niece about. Like, she's getting into movies finally. So you
bootlegged it and saw it?
Well, I didn't bootleg it personally. Somebody else did that for me, Andrew. Wow. No, I saw it. I went to the theater. I saw the piece of shit. It's certainly better than it looked. Okay. I'll give it that. But it's not good. I really cannot.
Fellas, you gotta stop criticizing intellectual property on this show. You can't do that. People love these things. This is an IP that they know.
The original fucking Little Mermaid looks incredible and is mostly a good movie. Like, I have nothing against the idea. The story itself is incredible, but like, the adaptation before this have been pretty good in my opinion, and this one just sucks.
People are, there is a fan base for outside every theater I've gone to, and this is very, very hard for me as someone who goes to the movie theater alone a lot. There have been these displays, like the theater staff makes like this display, like you're under the ocean, put your head in the little hole of the mermaid so you can get your photo taken. And I couldn't get this funny photo of a 40-year-old man sticking his head through there because I am terminally alone when I go to the movies. So,
well, and also you can't be like asking the theater staff, like, hey, fella, you take a picture of me, you stick my maw through this mermaid's face.
Exactly.
You can, but you will have to live with the memory. That is the trade-off there.
Yeah,
I think it's a one and done, Chris. Like, if you ask that at that theater, Eric can never go to that theater again, and he's on a list. He's got a Polaroid of his face up in the manager's office.
Yeah, they're doing the whole,
This guy's asking you to take pictures of him in the lobby, folks. Don't let him come see movies here again.
Speaking of, this just spurred when I saw Transformers last weekend at the Alamo. It was the funniest thing. It was 2 young girls. It's probably like 18, 19. They looked like they were on a date. They were just talking outside after the movie, and it was one of the girls was like, and everyone in the movie except for Miles and Gwen has a different animation style. And this girl is like, this is a fucking shitty date. Like, I could just see it was just like 2 people not connecting. And like, this girl was like, I'm going to bring you to my movie, which is inside across the Spider-Verse. This girl's like, fuck.
That's funny. I saw someone in the chat here mention that 2 hours and 5 minutes is too long for a children's movie, referencing The Little Mermaid, but Spider-Verse is 2:16.
Yeah, no complaints
there. That one,
right?
One looks much better than the one with Javier Bardem with the fake wave beard and Aquaman. Yeah,
I didn't know about this.
Oh yeah, he's the dad. He's
the daddy.
He's got a
King
wavy
Triton.
He's got like a fish beard.
Oh yeah, it's like worse than Aquaman underwater FX. Like
much
worse.
Wasn't he in the Pirates of the Caribbean one too, playing an underwaterman?
But he didn't have a beard. He just had like a zombie face.
Does he got his shirt off in this movie? Because King Triton famously
bare-chested.
Right. I don't think it's his chest. I don't think it's his chest.
It's a gorilla's or something. It's some other living animal that they fleshed out.
We've been talking about it left and right here, but at number 2 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Coming in here with week 2, still rocking and rolling, 55.4 million, which is like about like a 49-50% fall from last week. So that's like totally golden. That's still within whatever. And it has, at this point now in its second week, totally blown past the entire box office take of the first movie. So this thing is pretty big.
I will say I was totally wrong last week. I thought this was going to beat Transformers.
Me too.
I did not didn't see it coming. I mean, I know it's close, but
I think I called it that it wouldn't. But
so there you go. Take your,
but hey, but everything I said last week was incredibly wrong and inconsiderate, because every opinion should be your opinion.
Yes.
And I'm just here. We function to parrot back to you your thoughts.
Yeah,
sure. Anyway. Yes, Transformers was number 1 at the box office.
Yeah,
60.5 million. Vivian, we're a hit.
I'm shocked that people are still excited by this. Like it is one of those things that is just I thought it had died. I had thought this one was good and dead.
It's never gonna die, Chris.
Maybe not.
I mean, there's people that are still excited, like very excited for Marvel movies, dude, and there's like 30 of those. This is the 8th of these.
That's like an industry unto itself at this point, though. Like this is like still like I consider this a franchise, and I thought people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember the last night. I guess I don't remember like what the big, if people actually went to see the last night in droves.
I have no idea.
I don't think so. But who knows?
It felt like it was dying because Bay walked away, etc.
Yeah.
And then Bumblebee was like, "Oh, we're still making Transformers movies," and this one was really like. It is just weird. This movie felt like so secret for a long time. Like I didn't know this movie existed for a very long time.
I think that's what they wanted to do, though, is like sort of just sneak it in and then like, oh, surprise, Transformers movie. Don't think about it too much. Go see it. Last night, for what it's worth, the worldwide box office for that back in 2017, all told, was just over $602 million.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So not too shabby. So we'll see what did it do here. 171 million globally, by the way. And as always, got to check in on these premium large format tickets, which is like, you know, the Dolby Experience or IMAX or whatever.
Of course,
that's another that was, it made up 35% of the tickets purchased for this movie.
You know what? Now I see it. Well, how much did it make in Peru? Because I get they spilled a lot of ink about Peru in this movie, and you can tell they were just trying to get that Peru box office. You know what I mean?
It's weird that they had the premiere there, but you know what? If you watch the movie, you know why.
You totally get it. So that's it. Not much going on in the art market, so we don't have anything there this week. But we will be talking about Transformers a little bit later in this episode, but not too much, because tomorrow we have a full-length emergency broadcast all about the movie. The episode is just about as long as the movie, shy of like a couple minutes. We had a lot of fun making that episode, and I would say it's not all what you're presuming it's going to be, so you got to check in for that talk. But, you know, a lot of movies, folks, a lot of movies to keep up with, and one of the ways we bookmark things, put a little something in our back pocket, save it for later in the year. You got to keep up with them trailers on a segment we like to call Trailer Segment. Someone asks if they address the Nazca lines in Transformers Rise of the Beast. And yes, they do.
What is that?
Those are some man-made like shapes, like Gigundo, like you can see it from the sky shapes of animals and things that everybody like sort of suspected maybe ancient aliens for a while.
Right,
but
right. I thought it was I thought you were talking about like Transformers with crow's feet or something. Like
oh no,
my NASCAR lines are coming in.
Once you get to be 200 million years old, your NASCAR lines do start to come in.
Vivian, where's my concealer? My NASCAR lines are showing.
Yeah,
Botox, get in here.
Botox.
Botox.
Oh,
thank you.
Botox.
That's why we're a team.
Beloved Botox. So we're gonna watch some trailers, gang, and one that you can almost guarantee you will see as an episode in January. We were talking Expend4bles. Dude, this shit has to stop. Just say Expendables for you look like a fucking moron, Lionsgate.
But you know what, dude? Me scrolling through, at least there's a big fat 4 in it. I guarantee you in a couple of years, I'm like, which is the second Spider-Verse movie? Like, you need to put it. There needs to be a cross, and the cross, maybe it's the S's, the second S is a 2, and you're like, what the fuck is that? At least I would understand it.
As a code, almost.
As
like,
a code,
like,
exactly. Precisely.
I guess so. I always think of this as SEO shit because nobody's actually going to, if they search for this movie, nobody's going to actually type in Expend4bles.
No,
like,
it's going to be just Expendables.
They're just going to Expendables, and then like they're going to see the whole movies, and we're going to go see all the movies. And
I will say props to this poster. I think it's kind of cool. I like the color scheme. It's a little offbeat. I like the Liberty spikes on this skull.
You want to make your poster a T-shirt that somebody in your core audience would buy.
Absolutely. So much of this is selling T-shirts.
I want to see this as a character. I want to see a guy with guns for heads, you know?
That's where you take this, dude. You sort of cross over with a pseudo like Universal Soldier concept where it's like we got robot assassin guys, robot mercenaries, you know?
Once we get deeper into the world of hair design, you will see someone with spikes that look like guns on like a fashion runway. You're going to see that someday. Don't worry about that.
Not to. Can we go back to the poster real quick? I just want to make sure one thing.
Yep.
Nope. It's 50 Cent, not Curtis Jackson. That's unfortunate. He tried. He really tried. He's like, no, it's Curtis Jackson, folks. No, it's not.
No,
no, it's 50 Cent. I mean, maybe, dude, they were like, look, 50, we got a lot of fucking people to put on this poster, dude. And Curtis Jackson is a long name and 50 Cent is a short name.
True.
It's all, listen, buddy, it's all graphic design.
And we're doing last names, so Jackson could be a lot of people. Yeah.
I got a lot of options there. And some of them we don't want to be related to this movie in some ways. So, you know, in general.
So folks at home watching, as always in the episode description here below, we do have the links to all the trailers we're talking about today, including this one. And I do believe, Chris Cabin, just keep your eyes peeled. This may be a get ready for the trailer bumper here.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You dudes ready to check this one out?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, let's fly, baby.
Yes.
Old meets new blood.
Okay.
Trailer for the trailer.
I love the idea that Curtis Jackson is like 49. Like, look at this scrappy young pup.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe he can have telekinesis like the new blood of Friday the 13th.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you bring that into this franchise?
Oh, you need it.
Was Fox in the last one?
I don't think so. I think this is new. And like, here we go. Get ready for this. Fight fucking. Haven't seen fight fucking in a while.
Not since Haywire.
This looks better than anything that I've seen in any of these Expendables movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of fair.
We had some in the air 69ing there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, Statham still has his old face. So it's speaking of faces, here it comes.
Oh, there's the Tulsa King himself. Yeah, we got a new mission or whatever, man. Let's go.
You want to do that with me? You want to do a upside down 69 in the air with me?
Yeah, let's get some fight fucking going, man.
Dolph Lundgren's immortal character in this franchise back again.
I like Dolph Lundgren with his pandemic hair. It's fun.
Yeah.
Now, one of the obviously, you know, and we're not making any jokes here, but obviously Bruce will not be appearing in this one. But what do you think about some like surprise cameos? You get like an Arnold, a Harrison Ford back again.
I feel like Arnold will probably be in it. Because he seems very available right now.
Sure.
It's kind of weird that he's not in this movie, to be quite honest.
He walks in wearing a FUBAR t-shirt.
Oh, I was just watching. It's not to me because I'm whatever my character is, but this new show FUBAR on Netflix is pretty fantastic.
I'll tell you what, though, Tony Jaa being introduced here, that means you're going to see some cool fighting.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking remixed Chili Peppers, though, you can shove it up your ass.
It's
very Fast and Furious, too.
Yep. Oh, dude, knife play in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Get me the unrated DVD. They'll die when they're dead, everybody. September 22nd.
I guess that we're fully making this a Jason Statham scenario. It seems like there's not a lot of Stallone, which is,
he gets the hammer.
Which is fine.
Yes.
He's getting the hammer, so I assume he's taking the back seat on this one.
You guys go do that. I'm going to be here.
The thing that kind of, and I get it, this is the fourth of these, but like what made it so great was like, here's the dudes from like the closed chapter of Hollywood action. Mm-hmm. Now it's just like, here's some young people who still are in like DTV things and whatever. And like, that kind of takes away some of the charm from it, a little bit of the nostalgia. I mean, I get it, you're running out of guys.
It's inevitable. Like, it has to happen. Like, you can't keep doing this to these guys. Like, Stallone, I give, like, Tulsa King, he has to do so little on that show. Like, he has to walk around, sit, and, like, throw a punch every, like, 2 episodes,
just like his reality show.
That too. Like, that is such easy work for him at this point. It's insane to ask him to keep doing shit like this and be like the muscle man. Like, it's insane. And
he's like 75. He's like 75 years old.
It's crazy.
It's nuts,
it's not like it's not like it's running for president. Okay, you have to give it up at 75. Okay, I'm sorry.
There's we're getting a lot of Zeb364 says, man, 50 Cent looking old. Exactly. Indeed. Rory Sherrard comments, noted action star Megan Fox.
Well, the Transformers movies.
Those were huge action movies.
Those count.
Yes.
You think they're shoving the camera up her ass just like in those movies?
Oh, I imagine so.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Hello.
I think that this is like where the Megan Fox reappraisal period as well, which we're cashing in on a little bit.
I've always said that
I'm not against her. I'm not against her at all.
Her doing comedy on the show New Girl, I thought was actually pretty good.
I just mean the internet is very interested in reappraising her career.
Oh yeah, sure. Someone wondering here where Frank Grillo or Scott Adkins will appear.
Scott Adkins was in one of the previous movies, but he's as a minor henchman.
Yeah, he's Van Damme's number 2 in the second one. Is that right?
I'll tell you what this
right.
I'll tell you what you want in one of these movies. I mean, it's not gonna be the fourth movie. You're not gonna get him out of bed for it.
Sure.
But if you got Hugh Jackman in that movie, you're like, holy shit, here's Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean?
I think Hugh Jackman would have to come to terms with some stuff about his career before he says
that's very true.
You know what I mean?
He'd rather be on Broadway than do that.
Well, of course. I'm not saying he should do it, but it would be a real.
But he should change his name for those roles, the lesser roles, called Huge Jackman.
Got it.
Like, right?
Totally. And then in the poster it'd be like Jackson, Stallone, jacked man.
Yes, jacked man.
I mean, because the idea would be that like this would be something like Fast and Furious. What you're trying to build is a cast like Fast and Furious, which your star of is now also in. Like, it's just trying to build that kind of cast, and the reason they don't have as good ingredients is because they're all doing Fast and Furious. They're all you can't just do them again unless you blend them, which
you're not getting John Cena, but you will get Randy Couture.
Exactly.
I think the Expendables, I think they were surprised how many of these they got out of it.
I'm
shocked. At that point, what do? Then spin wheels,
totally. All right, so moving on here. This one again, man, you got to keep your eye on Nick Cage because who the fuck knows when this guy's putting out movies. But here's one. Him and Joel Kinnaman star in Sympathy for the Devil. And this
Joel
is out,
and this is coming out in motion picture cinemas.
You know what? I think that's still up in the air.
Televisions across the country.
It's RLJ. It could just go straight to fucking
RLJE. Generally, you'll see those titles go direct to streaming. Every once in a blue moon, They get a tiny theatrical footprint, but I'm not expecting much here. And yes, Joel Kinnaman, of course, from The Killing and the failed RoboCop reboot.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Quite a lot of those things. I think he was in one of the Liam Neeson movies, Run All Night. He's like his son.
Wasn't he a Suicide Squad guy?
He was a
Suicide Squad guy.
Yeah.
He ate shit in that second one.
He did.
Or he dies in the first one?
No, he does in the second one.
He does in the second one.
Okay. Spoiler alert! It's like a 3-year-old movie.
But people freak the fuck out, when they.
Well,
hear
you know
things.
what? Sometimes you just gotta freak the fuck out and get on with your life, Eric. How about that?
I would love them
Jesus
to do that,
Christ.
but they won't do that.
All right, here we go. So, Sympathy for the Devil, RLJE Films. I don't know. Any of you guys watched this already?
No.
Okay, because I watched it before I put it on the show notes, and just call me the question, dude, because I got a big ass question mark.
All right.
For this. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Trailer for the
starts
trailer.
Now, shit.
For this, they have a trailer for a trailer. Jesus.
He's playing a nerd because he's got glasses.
I don't know what accent we're doing, Nick Cage, but I like it.
Here we go.
Yes,
dude.
I'm going to watch this movie. I am going to watch this movie.
Absolutely. It's Cage kind of doing Collateral.
Mm-hmm.
What is this voice?
I think it's trying to do a New York accent.
Yeah.
But I'm into it. I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, he's just so magnetic to watch.
This red fucking leprechaun hair that he's got. Now, but here's the thing. Like, is he actually the devil?
No, I think that he's like, like
he's got sympathy for him. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's
Also,
a sympathizer.
Are we doing a needle drop to that song? What do you
That's
think?
what I'm curious about.
Oh, what, the Stones?
Yeah.
I don't think you can afford the Stones.
A cover?
Maybe a cover.
Oh, yep. That could be.
So why
maybe
do all here's a
maybe
question. Why do all
Victorian Ghost could do the cover? We love that.
Why do all Nick Cage movies need to be lit with casino lighting? I mean, this and Renfield, I just don't get
that's
it.
just modern movie making now. That isn't like a huge action thing.
That's all Stahelski and John Wick.
Dude,
but to live in a neon world, though, I'd do it. Wow, he is on a rampage in this movie. It appears to be like almost single location.
Yeah. All right.
What a last line.
I got to tell you, I am way into this, and I'm gonna call. I'm, one of my famous predictions, which are always wrong. It has to be better than Renfield. I'm sorry, that movie.
Come on!
One of the worst movies I've ever seen. It really is.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It just
is. I think I'll tell you this. It's a movie that I would not be surprised if at like the very end of it, it's like, because he's just playing this mysterious man, yada yada, filled with evil. We're doing like a dumb Twilight Zone thing or something, and at the end of it, he is indeed Lucifer himself.
It's possible.
He's some sort of like crime guy through the whole movie. Call me Luke.
Oh, I like it. Luke Cypher.
Luke Cypher. We're gonna rip off the Mickey Rourke movie.
Angel Heart. Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, I would if he does like if it's got a what's it called, a Devil's Advocate ending. I could see that
for sure.
Yeah, that would work.
So who knows, man? But yeah, that is July 28th. So in one way or another, we're gonna be seeing that movie.
I imagine that's a day and date, but who knows?
Oh, dude, if it's even in the fucking theater, man, the date could just be Amazon rental.
Release date. Yeah.
So here we go to end out trailer segment this week, classing it up a little bit. The new one the anticipated new one from Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Of course, coming out from Searchlight Pictures, September the 8th. So this could be a quick, we're sticking it in Toronto and then immediately releasing it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I haven't double checked in on the dates for Toronto, but could be, or it could bow somewhere this summer. I don't know, but I think this looks really cool. We got this trailer up here, and this one, you think this is a trailer for the trailer, but I think this is just we're starting this right where we're starting this.
Sure.
So here we go. A big cast as always in these latter day Yorgos movies. All right, Poor Things in 3, 2, 1, go.
Production design alone is amazing.
Defound.
Oh yeah.
Fucked up.
Defound into my face.
Deformed.
Is that Rami?
Yes.
Huh.
So she's like, Frankenstein's monster, kind of. I like the duck on the dog, the duck head on the dog body.
Looking great.
Yep. There's Rami.
Yep. I still haven't seen The Lobster. Maybe I got to get to that. I know that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude.
I mean, if you like him, it's worth seeing for sure.
Yeah, I like The Lobster. I like it for dinner too.
Oh,
especially if a sad man turns into one and then I eat it.
Oh my God, there appeared to be some sort of shot of a sex scene. I didn't give my consent to watch that.
No, that's right.
Did the characters consent to be in that scene?
You don't know. It's a mystery.
Gerard Carmichael, man, that's pretty cool. And Ruffalo, hell of a cast.
Looks like Ruffalo giving a shit, which I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Change up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell
very
yeah.
cool.
Hell yeah.
You know what? I love a really sparse trailer. I don't barely know what it's about, but I know I want to watch it. That's what I want to see in a trailer. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's see what's anything going on in the chat here.
What was his last one? I'm trying to remember.
The last one was the favorite, I believe, right?
Was it the favorite?
I think so.
It's been a bit of a layoff.
Yeah,
but I mean, the favorite was so huge.
Yeah, it was a big deal. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he did some short or something like that, maybe in between.
He did mimic that Matt Dillon short, I think right around that, like maybe the year after that. But
dude, you want to stretch your muscles. Movie. Yeah, you want to stretch your muscles. You mix it with Matt Dillon, set some money on fire, man.
Oh, so something in the chat here. This is interesting, and I get the intent here. But Tio Batillo suggests smoke a bowl and watch that. I would say don't do that. You always want to go through Yorgos movie one time, man, and then see if you could be smoking a bowl to a Yorgos movie. Because that dude will trick you. That dude will surprise you. And sometimes you don't want to be stoned for his movies.
I don't know if I would enjoy Dogtooth stoned.
No.
Maybe Alps. I think I could get through Alps stoned, but I Dogtooth would definitely bother me.
Oh yeah, the movie where they hire people to be play the roles of
people who are
family
dead.
Members who are dead. Yeah, let's get fucking stoned for that.
That sounds much better.
Sounds like a great fucking idea, Chris.
It is. It's fantastic.
You would unravel mentally. So yeah, those are all the trailers this week. We'll see what's going on. But a lot of talk about the MCU and whatnot, as always, because we like harping on it. But it brings to mind just a little bit of an announcement here. Of course, you want to be subscribed to our Patreon, folks, patreon.com/wehatemovies, because in just a few short weeks, sort of towards the end of this month, we are releasing our next syncable commentary track for, you guessed it, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, there it is.
And here's the cover art, of course, by our good bud Philippe Sobrero. This is gorgeous. We got Steve as Doctor Strange.
Sure.
And the rest of us guys as the three Spider-Men. Now, I think I'm supposed to be who am I? I'm the most recent Spider-Man. I'm Tom Holland.
Looks that way.
Eric is maybe Andrew Garfield.
Yep.
And Chris, you're Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, the older one. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yes, we just recorded this over the weekend, had a lot of fun revisiting that movie. making fun of them, doing the Mr. Stark voice. There's a lot of that there.
Oh, there was a lot about MIT. Wait till you hear. You were just going to be so happy.
Well, because the whole movie's about the little bitch doesn't get into MIT and he fucking destroys the world over it. So don't you love Spider-Man?
Him and his buddies don't get into MIT. Let's destroy the fabric of the universe. That sounds
good. Little comment for Philippe here. Alicia says the art is gorgeous. Absolutely it is. Philippe always does a great job there. So yeah, patreon.com/WeHateMovies. You can get that soon, and of course we will announce when that happens, all that good stuff here. So all right, we'll get into it a little bit here because we don't want to give away too much. But Transformers Rise of the Beast, maybe some surface thoughts here.
Yeah,
not very good. Yeah, I'll be plain about it. It's not very good. It's about what most of the Transformers sequels have been, in my view, about a bad, not all bad stuff in it, but overall bad.
But we got Brooklyn, baby.
We
got
baby.
Brooklyn.
Got Dominic Fishback, who I do really like, but I enjoyed Swarm, I think, more than most people did, and she's incredible on the Deuce. But I found everything just so surface level and stealing very openly from other things. None of it made me happy.
No, it's really it's inoffensive, and it does, taking the bay out of it helps in some ways and hurts in others. So it's kind of what do you call it there? You're equalizing the equation, but you're still at kind of zero to me, honestly. Because it's
lateral move.
Sure.
There's you lessen the epic of the action, which is bad, but you also clarify the story a lot. It's a lot cleaner. It's okay, I actually know what we're actually doing here. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, I say it on the episode, but kudos to the editing of that movie, dude. I could follow the action sequence.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still one of these modern action sequences that I just don't care for anymore. Just watching things slam against each other and then that's it. It's just a little underwhelming for me, but I did like the human elements in the plot. I mean, maybe they take it a little too far with certain points, but I thought the main human cast grounded it pretty well.
And it's a very small portion of people. There's you got to pay attention to Colonel Happablap and whatever his troop is doing. You know what I mean? So I think, like I say too on the episode, they learned a lesson from Bumblebee. Keep them humans in a tiny group. And Fishback and Ramos, I think, are great. She actually came out on the Tonys last night. Speaking of your Swarm mention there, Chris, and she goes, I promise I'm not that scary in real life, which was funny. But because it was interesting because no writers, so you had there was no padding or anything, but you also didn't even have please welcome, that was all out of it too. They just put their names up on a screen and they walked out. And man, what a missed opportunity to be at the Tonys, please welcome the star of Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
And you could add Anthony Ramos there, of course, because he was in Hamilton. It all could have worked out. They could have used the Tonys to promote Transformers.
I could have used more beasts, honestly. Not a lot of beasts.
The beasts get shafted in this movie.
The most beasts I saw were in the audience for this thing.
You had a lot of sweatpants wearers in your audience, did you?
I did. I sat next to two guys wearing sweatpants with the biggest, each had the biggest tub of popcorn I've ever seen in my life.
Get your popcorn, my friend. It's the movies.
It's
the movies.
Get it.
There was a trio behind me who were very not loudly, but in hushed tones, deconstructing the movie with the lore as it was going.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Why don't we wait till we're at lunch afterwards, folks?
I didn't catch all of it because there was a lot of crashing of things, as Eric said, a lot of things crashing into other things. So I didn't hear most of it. But if it ever went quiet, you could totally hear well, that's not even what he's supposed to look like that. I mean,
real. So it's we were criticizing it. It wasn't it was
they're never going to be happy. It's a fucking fantasy. Of course, they're never going to be happy with what these things are going to be. They're made for mass audiences. They're not made for nerds.
In a way, is a good thing that they'll never be happy because if they get really militarized in their fan, if they're happy, then something's wrong.
Yes, that's true. I think that's true, Eric.
So yeah, don't worry. Tomorrow you can get the full story of all our feelings and all of our impressions, both impressions of the film and well, impressions of people in the film.
Right, and it'll be spoiler heavy. Obviously, we'll be going
Yes.
through the entire plot of Transformers:
Absolutely.
Rise of the Beasts.
So I'm curious if anyone has gotten around to this. I know it's been out for a little bit. I watched the first 2 parts of the 3-part docuseries Arnold last night, which is on Netflix, and I gotta say it's incredibly watchable.
Really?
It's I
have not yet. So please, what now? It's a documentary about portions of his life. Is that correct?
So it's broken up. It's 3-hour-long segments, and they're broken up into the athlete, the action star, and the politician. So the first step is all about, his childhood in Austria and growing up, getting into bodybuilding and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of like Franco Columbu talk, and a lot of footage from Pumping Iron and things like that, which is really great. And like the movie does, at least for the first, the only parts they have to seem, because the third part it ends, I guess, but both the end of 1 and the end of part 2, they do nicely. It's like a nice conclusion sentence in an essay that will then nicely transfer to the next paragraph. They do set up like it's a perfect stopping point, from like he retires from bodybuilding and Pumping Iron. Basically, I didn't know any of this. Like Pumping Iron played at Cannes, and Arnold went to Cannes and was like the hit of the south of France that year. There's all this footage of Arnold at the Cannes Film Festival.
That's really good movie.
Really cool.
Really good movie. If anybody has not seen it, Pumping Iron is absolutely worth seeing.
It also is where the iconic Arnold line, every day I'm coming at the gym, I'm coming in the lady. I feel like I'm coming when I get my pump on.
And dude, so you see that quote, like the clip of that, in one part, and then
Arnold,
Arnold references it later, because he's talking about there's an Austrian expression that he says loosely translates into like bullshitting, and he's talking about how like when you're out there, he was always promoting himself, blah blah blah, and you had to like bullshit and things, and he's like, yeah, the thing about the pump and coming, it was just bullshit. You're bullshitting. And I'm like,
yeah, sure you were.
Revisionist.
No way.
Is he doing like the Michael Jordan Last Dance? Is he watching this on an iPad? Like, oh man, I can't believe this. This is Isaiah Thomas definitely disrespected me.
I don't believe that that's happening. No. Although at one point when you see him at home, and I think unfortunately this is pre-Schnelly.
Oh, bullshit.
But Lulu and Whiskey are there at least.
Okay, all right.
They made it a while ago, by the way, because when you get to the Hollywood part of it, Ivan Reitman is interviewed quite a bit.
Well, yeah.
He's in a crypt now, right?
Yes, he's
I
passed
believe
away,
so.
Eric,
Yes.
As you'll remember. But
I guess I just did.
And the movie part, of course, is great. You got Jamie Lee's in there. There's a lot of Danny DeVito, which is cool. A lot of talking about twins and everything. So it's a total full-throated recommend if you're an Arnold head. It's very watchable. A lot of clips from the movies. He kind of goes through almost every Arnold movie, with an exception of very few, in one way or another. Oddly left off of it is Jingle All the Way.
Wow, that's really weird to leave that one off. So how about a 6th Day and Eraser? Are we talking about those?
Eraser is mentioned.
Wow.
6th Day is not.
Damn.
Were we really surprised Jingle All the Way and 6th Day? Like, actually, those are not movies I would like
All the
people
Way
to
was
remember.
Huge.
I know, but they're not like a part of the action.
Yeah,
like his.
But neither's
figure.
Kindergarten Cop. I'm sure they talked about that.
I mean, I get, but like he's kind of an action hero in that.
Yeah,
Kindergarten Cop is not talked about.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah,
but Twins is.
Twins is.
Okay.
It's basically like most of it focuses on like a lot of the hits, and then it's like he talks about how like just being totally fucking gutted about Last Action Hero, and that's like when it's so actually crazy. He says that like his brother-in-law, so some Shriver Kennedy or some shit, showed him the French movie that True Lies was adapted from, and was like, "Oh, Arnold, you should just watch this movie. It's good." And then Arnold was like, "Oh shit," and then showed it to Cameron and was like, "We got to do something with this," and that's how True Lies came about. So there's a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Era,
totally
you have to check out this Frenchie movie.
It's a piece of shit. You can make it better.
Era, I don't understand what they were saying, but they had guns.
Just imagine you and Jamie Lee's tits in this one.
It's great. There's no action in it. Isn't that fantastic? This action movie.
She tells a cool thing about how apparently her camp, her people or whatever, wanted to push to get her name above the title in the beginning of the movie, alongside Arnold, which is indeed the way that it plays in the movie. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, True Lies. And she talks about how, that's always a thing with like lawyers, and it's, a long drawn out process. It's expensive because you're having lawyers, negotiate all these things, and fine, we'll do it if this and that, whatever. And she was like, Arnold was just like, yeah, you can do it. So it's cool shit like that. That's kind of really great. Definitely check it out. Now, another thing I just wanted to breeze by, because the internet is always a chatter about it, and no different here this season. The third I Think You Should Leave season, which I couldn't find a poster for, so here's a frame grab from one of the sketches, one of the better sketches here. But Eric and Chris, we were talking about this the other day. You've both seen this, right?
Brilliant stuff. Really, really funny as always. It's amazing to see what Tim Robinson can do without Lorne Michaels, stepping him out, putting a cigarette out on him or whatever happened at SNL.
Yeah, totally.
That sounds accurate. I think that's what happened exactly.
I was getting kind of worried because after watching it, I was like, I'm not seeing a lot of memes and stuff, no like hot dog guy kind of thing. Yeah. And that was always like how you gauged people were watching it. But I'm finally seeing some stuff. You're getting the gif of you're looking at an egg's asshole, which I thought was great.
I love the driving crooner. I think that was my favorite. I don't want to spoil it because there's a button at the end of that sketch that I thought was funnier than anything in this. I love that sketch, and I love what happens with these guys that
it's amazing.
Have beef with the driving crooner, let's say.
There's a really the guest game is right on as usual. But it's kind of weird, like some of the regulars show up not as frequently. Like Patty Harrison, I think she's fucking hilarious. I think she's in one sketch.
She wasn't in much last season either, though. She was only in that, like,
is that right?
Maybe it was two, because she's in that the one where she's like doing the video, the car videos, and I think that might be it.
But I think it's because those are much bigger. The sketch she's in this one isn't as big and doesn't have as like iconic a moment as those had. Like,
true,
she really shone in those, and like it was a big sketch for the shows too. Like this is just kind of like it's a funny enough. I mean, they're all funny, but like it's kind of not a highlight, I would say.
I mean, my favorite sketch is the Patty Harrison first season sketch with Santa Claus and his elves brought it early.
Yes, the Christmas came early. Yeah,
I reference that all of the time. It's my favorite of this entire show for
sure. Like you do have some of the state, like that dude Biff Whiff, who I guess is having some health problems these days. So I hope he's on a path to recovery. But the guy who played, he's like, I'm Santa, starring in this action movie. That guy is in a really great bit. Shirt Brothers. I don't want to spoil too much of it. Also, Jason Schwartzman in a really funny one. I think probably my favorite guest this season, though, was Heidecker. He's got this fucking sketch. It's just really him funny. And Tim Robinson, and it is Heidecker's on fire. It's really fucking funny. So I just kind of wanted to maybe amplify. I'm a little worried about I Think You Should Leave because I want to see more memes out there, folks. I want to know
get your memes going,
that people are watching this fucking show, man.
We make a joke of it, but Andrew does actually run the Meme Watch account.
Yes, that's right.
He is a meme watcher. He is he is high in the skies watching out for memes.
A lot of people, a lot of love for Patty Harrison, of course. Someone mentions the drive-through pay it forward sketch. That's another
incredible,
really fucking great one. When we were talking about this, because I hadn't seen it, someone Blake says here, I missed Detroiters.
Detroiters,
like that show?
Yeah, it's so really good. Fantastic. There's a bit with And I think the guy has been in other stuff. I think he's the guy that comes in last in Bodies, like a tall dude, and he plays his younger brother in Detroiters.
Yeah.
And there's this, you can even Google it. It's a great YouTube bit where it's just him trying to get his brother to like leave his parents' house, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna live with me now. Come on." It's like, "You don't need your Slipknot mask." And he's like, "Yeah, all right. I'm wearing the shower." Like it turns into this huge shouting match.
Who's
fantastic.
Who's the wrestler who plays his father in that? The guy from Magic Mike.
Oh God,
big Amazonian guy.
I've not.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. No.
Who am I thinking of?
Magic Mike guy. That's all how I know him.
Kevin Nash.
Nash. There it is.
That's it. Kevin Nash is in it as I think Robinson's father. And it's really fucking funny.
Oh, I like that. Where was that? Like, who aired that? Was that an FX show? When
it was Comedy Central, but it was like they barely promoted it.
That's the culprit.
Do they even make shows anymore?
Great question.
They've hooked on to their two big ones, and they've got a couple big ones, and they just kind of keep on processing those out. Like it's South Park, Daily Show, and then shows I don't watch that a lot of people do apparently. But it's only like 5 or 6. Like all their new stuff tends to sink.
Is there still a Daily Show? Did they find a new host yet? What's going on with that, Chris?
I think it's still guest hosting stuff.
I think they're haven't settled on somebody. I haven't watched a Daily Show since like well before 2020. I
don't tune in to the show, but I've seen a lot of stuff just online, like YouTube and things, with Roy Wood Jr. hosting a lot of it. He's fucking hysterical, man. Like, I don't know if he would want to do it, but like, give that dude the show. He's fucking hilarious.
If not, I'm right here. I'm just saying.
Eric, whoever, it would have to be better than what we just went through. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say. I know people like the guy. I cannot stand him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our friend Jen Stansfield here says, I think you should leave memes. Someone in a crowd at a recent AEW show had a sign that said, "I'm just here for the zip line." And yes, the where he's on the whatever fake love dating reality show, and he's just obsessed with the zip line in the pool.
Yeah.
Primo fucking shit. But that's gonna do it, folks. That is all the podcasting and live streaming chatter that is fit to broadcast this week. But as always, of course, there's more content. Like we have said already, we are having a full-length episode of Transformers Rise of the Beasts emergency broadcast that'll be available tomorrow to you all. Again, like I said, it's a fun conversation. It's a fair conversation, and it does not end the way you think it might. So that's out tomorrow, wherever you get your pods. And because we are just like Maximal crazy around here.
So Maximal.
Love those Maximals.
Thursday on our Patreon, folks, all new Animation Damnation on what's that? Beast Wars.
Oh, dude. This game's got a plan. Look, he's thinking about something.
Oh yeah, he's pondering existence, dude. Look at that.
Yeah. Should I fire my agent?
It is just it ain't great, folks.
I mean, it looks like crap from the poster, so I like the truth in advertising.
Yeah,
I like this.
If it looks like shit on the poster,
too, yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a flaming hot Cheeto font or some shit.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. But that is available, of course, this Thursday on patreon.com/WeHateMovies. We had a lot of fun with it there. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you have a good week. Actually, we should say no show next week. We'll be off the air for the holiday. Of course, go read, listen, watch, take in Black Art wherever you get it. Celebrate that holiday. We will not be running our mouths next Monday, but we'll be back the week after that with an all-new show, bigger, brighter, better than ever, all that good stuff. And until then, of course, I've been Andrew Jupin,
Steven Sadak,
Eric Siska,
Chris Cabin.
Take it easy, folks. Have a good week. Bye-bye.